them killed or holding a party literally on top of their grave.
Let's party like we're fucking porn stars. Oh,
Let's all party like porn stars at the same place where you got my sisters killed last year. That won't be awkward. Not had enough of Oh Death yet? Well, here's another round of opening credits. That's right, they start with a cold open, then opening credits, cut to an exposition scene, then more opening credits. 1 year later, and this guy is still finding the perfect place to stand in front of the camera so as not to give away too many details about himself, but still create an ominous scene. Josh invited all of his friends to his family lodge, but didn't bother to prop up a ladder so they could get over the broken gate. This camera angle suggests that the guy with the machete is watching Sam from the bushes. However, he was behind Sam when we first saw him, and now he's in front of her. And bear in mind, the gate is broken and you have to climb a wall to get in. Even though I picked traditional controls, the game still forces motion control mechanics on you, one that got a good number of people killed in my first playthrough. Sam keeps nuts in her pocket for random Disney princess moments. This lodge is built on an Indian burial ground, right next to a condemned insane asylum and an abandoned mine. I would not be surprised to learn that the developers tried to secure the rights of the Amityville Horror House, Elm Street, and Camp Crystal Lake. Let's have a bunch of white people desecrate Native American culture by using it for collectibles that give them visions of the future. Also, not a single one of the characters ever questioned the totem poles that let them see into the future. No run button. Best you can do is saunter until the game says otherwise. This game lists people's character traits like it's their Facebook profile, which means they're about as accurate as the descriptions your friends write on Facebook about themselves. Also, other than the crush on Ashley bit, none of these traits are true for Chris. Also, friend zone should be in his character bio.
He knows it.
Chris is trained in off-screen stealth, since Sam was the only one here and he appeared behind her out of nowhere, which is impressive since he had to walk through snow to sneak up on her, and snow is loud as hell.
Why is Sissy here?
What do you mean?
What the hell is a shooting range doing at the base of a ski lodge?
Dude, have you ever met Josh's dad?
Yeah.
He thinks he's like Grizzly Adams or something.
More importantly, why is there a loaded rifle just sitting out in the snow? Also, this line about the Washingtons being gun nuts will be relevant later when there won't be a single gun to be found in the lodge.
Not shooting tits.
Alright, I'm bad. I'm a badass.
Remember, according to his character bio, he's the humorous one. This does not portend well for the rest of the cast. Chris is addicted to squirrels. Crows are addicted to Sam. Chris is not at all troubled by the fact that there's a security camera feed of the bathtub.
Coming?
Well, I was gonna stay here and catch some Z's, but... Okay.
Chris continues to fail at being humorous, one of his stated character traits.
Just like going to the prom.
If the prom were held on a mountain and accessed only by cable car. Also, I'm calling it now. This cable car will be rendered useless so as to trap the kids on the mountain.
You know how Josh and I met?
No.
Okay. 3rd grade. Josh sat in the back of the room, I sat in the front. We didn't even know each other existed. But the kid sitting next to Josh started strap snapping the training bra on the girl in front of him. So the teacher made him move to the front, where I was sitting.
Okay,
So I got moved to the back.
And?
And next to Josh. That's how we met. I mean, and became friends to this day.
Someone actually wrote this dialogue. That person still has a job, by the way.
If it weren't for the fact that Jeannie Simmons hit puberty like 3 years early, and on that day decided to wear a low-cut shirt that showed off the training bra, I mean, who knows? You could be riding in this cable car alone. Right now. Or talking to some other person entirely.
I get the feeling that's what she's wishing for.
Boom. Butterfly effect.
Somehow, you managed to outbore Jeff Goldblum explaining the same damn thing in a very similar, if not exactly the same, situation. Well done. At first, I thought her character bio said irrelevant. As it turns out, I wasn't far off the mark.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. New people. Time to meet and greet.
Actually, they're all people you've known for years, and you are already aware of this fact.
We're stuck in this stupid thing.
Can you please let us out?
But you're inside the cable car station. How could you possibly be locked out from the outside? Why would the electronic lock switch ever be put on the outside of the building? And what's more, you had the key to the cable car station. You used it to unlock the one at the foot of the mountain. I'm not going to be the one to call Emily a bitch. However, I will be the one to tell you that they lied their asses off in her character bio. Athletic black guy who wears a Letterman jacket cliche.
And where's the bellboy when you need one?
Hi, my name is Emily. You can pretty much guess my entire character based off this one scene. Come to think of it, that's every character in this game. No wonder they gave each one a bio. They're trying to fool us.
What do you think?
Jump scare. In every sense of the word. They should have also included Nathan Drake cosplayer in his character sheet. Now that I think of it, where did Mike come from to jump scare them like that? There's nothing but an open path behind him with nothing in sight for him to hide behind to jump out from.
You guys gonna make out now?
Oh my god, totally. We're so gonna make out.
This joke belongs in the 90s.
Hey, could you take these the rest of the way?
The bags?
Yeah, all the bags.
I take it back. I will call her a bitch.
Why?
I need to go find Sam.
And it just so happens that it's in the same direction that my hot ex-boyfriend went off in. Think nothing of it, less hot new boyfriend. Jump scare. And this is just a few minutes after he got pissed at Mike for doing the exact same thing.
Oh snap!
Oh snap.
Boom shakalaka!
Boom shakalaka. You now owe John Madden your firstborn. Jessica is addicted to birds.
Michael?
Are you serious? He's right there. He's clearly not even close to being hidden behind that tree.
You're a worthy opponent, Miss Jessica the Snowball Queen.
Snowball Queen was a nickname I gave to my high school girlfriend. You can't use it, because she earned the hell out of it.
Did I stop you? So sorry.
I think it's time to find a new therapist when your current therapist is jump scaring you. Unless your game is actually episodic, doing a last episode recap makes little sense, since I just finished playing these scenes a minute ago. Also, if you are going to fake an episodic series, at least have a climax at the end of each fake episode. I literally just walked up a mountain, met half the cast, and talked to my therapist. Were this an actual TV drama, you'd be lucky to get an entire season. Complex is not a trait I would use to describe any of these characters.
When are you gonna install some cell towers up here? I'm getting withdrawals already.
This line is definitely a cliche, but to be fair, it's required for any horror story in the age of instant communication, because isolation is a key part of suspense. This is why horror stories from earlier times had it a lot easier, and why modern horror stories suck ass. Also, I don't think you can install your own cell phone towers.
When are you gonna take her to the bone zone?
Like, that could ever happen.
Come on, man. She practically spends her entire life with you as it is.
Yeah, but we're like friends.
See, even he knows.
Look around you. Look at these beautiful mountains. Do you see any parents? I mean, can you imagine a more perfect, ripe scenario just dripping with erotic possibilities?
It's cold, you're locked out of your own lodge, and this is the same place where she was part of a prank that got 2 of her friends killed last year. Unless she has some morbid kinks or you have the world's best game, you are not getting any.
Well, you got an app that can get us into the lodge? Nope. You got an app that can get you laid?
Well, actually,
Dude, you don't. The answer is that you don't.
According to the pre-roll ads in the porn I watch, there is, hey, horny single women in my area. Sweet.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I've got some deodorant in one of the bathrooms. You could use that with the lighter.
I don't follow. How's a stick of deodorant gonna help?
Spray on, it's a can.
Oh, yeah. Now I gotcha.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, that's a really stupid way to unfreeze a door. I mean, I would just turn on the heat or unlock a different door. But you go with that potential fire hazard. I'm sure that'll do you well. Jump scare. Also, how the hell did a Wolverine get into the cabinet? Second jump scare from the same animal.
What was it? Are you okay?
It's like a bear or a tiger or something.
You don't watch the Discovery Channel much, do you?
Oh my god, that is so gross. Are you trying to swallow his face hole?
They're not kissing, though. He just has his arm wrapped around her. What the hell are you talking about?
Seriously, can she be any more obvious? No one wants in on your territory, honey.
She wasn't doing or saying anything. You walked in the door and started acting like a jealous bitch, right in front of your new boyfriend.
You're such a bitch! Whatever. I don't give a crap what you think.
At least I can think. 4.0 bitch, on a roll. Suck on that when you're trying to sleep your way into a job.
Who needs grades when you've got all the natural advantages you can handle?
This entire scene, just all of it.
That bitch is on crack or something.
That bitch is on crack or something.
Where's my bag?
Huh?
My bag, the little bag with the pink pattern, the one I got on Rodeo. Matt, are you listening?
I have no likable personality traits whatsoever. Just try to relate to me. I dare you.
Okay, I'm gonna go take a bath.
Her bath will take 3 hours to draw and another hour or more to soak. I'm not kidding.
Exiled.
Sexile.
Actually, the proper use of the term sexile is when you are kicked out of the room so the current occupants can get it on. You were told to pack your ass further up the mountain to the guest cabin.
How far is this cabin anyway?
You were here with the rest of them last year. How do you not know where the guest cabin is?
I have a feeling luck's on our side.
Play your cards right and maybe you will get lucky.
We speak only in the language of sexual innuendo.
Okay, let's go. I've got cabin fever.
You're going to cure your cabin fever? By going to a cabin? Do you even know what cabin fever is? Creepy guy continues to know just where to stand and when to cover his face for maximum horror cliche effect. This guest cabin is apparently located on the other side of the mountain from the lodge, which kind of defeats the purpose of it being a guest cabin if it's so inaccessible. They have to go through a freaking mine to get to it.
Stay put.
That guy is now 4 for 4 in his ability to stand in the most dramatic location possible without being noticed by anyone except the camera. Even when Jessica should totally be able to see him since she was looking right at Mike.
Well. When Josh said cabin, I felt like Abe Lincoln.
Where do you see the Lincoln bedroom?
Oh, are you planning on getting presidential on me?
take a ride on Air Force One?
Never in my life did I expect to hear anyone use the 16th president of the United States for dirty talk. I mean, when I want to get a lady in the mood, I bring up William H. Taft and boom! Panties come off. That's now 2 viewfinder jump scares. This one doesn't even make sense, since whatever popped into view and looked at the viewfinder was a good mile away. Yet its face is in view, just like Matt's was, and he was right in front of the viewfinder.
Sampling the old eggnog again, babe? It's just us up here.
You saw something in the viewfinder yourself. Also, it's not Christmas, so eggnog jokes make no sense. The only way that jump scare could have actually frightened them is if they heard the musical sting like I did.
Show off.
Hey, Mike, you got something on your face?
He fell for that, by the way. He saw her make a snowball and then still fell for it.
That's how it's gonna be.
Jessica is also trained in off-screen stealth, since she disappears in the time it took for Mike to bend over and did it without making a sound walking through snow.
Jess!
Cut to black on blood-curdling scream cliche. Still drawing that bath, I see. And in the dark.
Hey!
What?
You wanna help me get this fire going?
Well, I was just getting into the bath.
Oh. Oh, do you need any help with that?
Already are.
Actually, I think she does. She's been standing there observing the valves for the past hour.
All right, Josh, let's see if you know how to hook up the hot water in your big fancy lodge.
Why did you want to come here again? Yeah, woohoo! We're partying in the dark.
You guys see if you can find the spirit board.
Spirit board. Guess you guys couldn't afford to license the Ouija board from Hasbro.
All right. 5, girl.
I wish all games let me leave people hanging when it comes to high fives. Jump scare. And of course, the door they just used a few minutes ago is now jammed.
Why are these doors locked?
To keep out strangers!
In your basement?
You just got mugged.
You went off with Ashley to find a spirit board while Josh and Sam went to turn on the boiler. So how did you get down there ahead of them in order to pull this off? This Ouija board is sticking out of Chris's chest. It was nowhere on him just a second ago.
I've just been through enough spooking for one night, okay? I see a hot bath in my crystal ball.
And it will only take me another 2 hours to take it. I'm off to solve the mystery of the hot water valve. A live cobra on your desk? Dude, this is something a therapist should never have. Even an imaginary one like you.
Is anyone there? Will you reveal yourself to us if you're there?
Take off your tongue. It offends the spirits.
Hannah, if you can hear this, like, really hear this, we all want to apologize for what happened.
It was stupid and mean, and we're sorry.
We're so sorry.
Chris has nothing to apologize for, though. He was passed out with Josh and had no part in the prank on Hannah.
Hannah, who was it? L? I? B?
The library. Maybe there's something in the library?
Wrong board game. Jessica is so good at off-screen stealth, she doesn't even leave footprints in the snow when reality dictates she should have. Jump scare. Why exactly would there be a mask attached to the interior roof in an abandoned tractor?
I totally promise I won't murder you when I find you.
You know what? Let's try something fun. I'm gonna do star wipes whenever a jump scare happens.
You gonna show me some affection later?
Girl, all kinds of affection.
Oh, is that a check I can cash?
Just fuck already! Star wipe. Somehow they managed 2 classic horror cliches in one scene. Jessica trips and falls while being chased, and Mike fumbles a key while trying to open the door.
I'm pretty sure bears don't know how to open cabin doors.
I've seen them open car doors
What? Where?
on the internet.
Really? Okay. Well, this isn't the internet, Jess. Right? This is real life.
I must have dropped it outside. I can't lose my phone. My parents will kill me.
You can always get a new one.
That's like my 4th one this year.
Sure, this sounds bad and makes Jessica look incredibly stupid, but the catch is that they were all iPhones, meaning nothing of real value was lost. Only one match left in the box cliche.
Man 1, fire 0.
I don't know. I'm just not feeling it.
After all the innuendos and dirty talk, Jessica decides she's not in the mood anymore. This game is getting scarily close to real life for my liking.
Voila. Shutters are shuttered. You gotta be kidding.
What?
You have nothing to be insecure about.
Other than your total lack of personality and depth.
Come here. Maybe I know how to handle you too.
You're hot, you're cold, you're hot, you're cold. Make up your mind. It's like high school all over again.
It's your phone.
What? How is it my phone?
It's got one of those finder apps that lets it throw itself through your window when you lose it.
You want to ruin our fun that bad? Well, guess what? You can't ruin our good time because Michael and I are gonna fuck. That's right, we are going to have sex, and it's gonna be hot.
I honestly don't even care anymore. Can I get another jump scare? Thanks. Suddenly I'm getting Blair Witch flashbacks. I honestly have no idea how Mike knows where he's going. He didn't see where Jessica was taken and certainly isn't following footprints. Just aim the gun to the right of whatever is dragging her.
Jessica!
Your girlfriend is screaming for help. Saunter faster. Well, no need to go check on her. I'll just assume she's dead and go after whatever attacked her. Gun jams are the worst possible moment cliche. Why did Mike need to find matches to light the fireplace so Jessica could get in the mood if he already had a lighter? That was a time situation that I failed because of that. Also, everyone in this game carries a lighter, but none of them smoke. You know, if you guys would just flip on a light switch, you wouldn't have to walk around with flashlights and candles. I know the lights work. They flip them on near the end of the game. More jump scares, more star wipes.
Hello, and thank you all for joining me.
Wake up!
Tonight, we're going to conduct a little experiment, sort of test. Now, for this experiment, we'll need the cooperation of our two test subjects, Joshua and Ashley.
Suddenly I'm getting Saw flashbacks. Ugh.
No, Dad, don't look, Ashley.
Why
Don't look.
can't I look? Chris, please tell me he's okay, please.
You do know what saws do, right? These two have been looking for Emily's travel bag for hours out in the woods while all this has been happening.
Yeah, it's the only sane thing to do. We'll go get help.
No, you just want to save yourself.
No, I just don't want to make hasty decisions that get everyone killed.
Yeah, leave that to me.
I'm trying to help you. And this game you're playing, you understand that it's not good for you. It's not good for anyone.
This is still not as clever as they think it is. Multiple star wipes. Building a sanatorium on a mountain that can only be accessed by cable car seems like the worst possible place ever to build a sanatorium. Blackwood Sanatorium was built in the 1920s, so I am reasonably sure they didn't have electronic punch card locks. And they sure as hell wouldn't still be working 70 years after it was condemned. Every single photo, paper, and note that you find in this game has something written on the back of it.
Are you serious? Not gonna find a fucking key card?
I feel your pain, Mike, but this is the second card key you have to find. You haven't even found the first one yet. Also, you would not like many modern games. This trap doesn't apply any downward force to Mike's hand, so I'm having trouble figuring out how his hand even got into the bear trap in the first place, since his hand was well above the jaws. Something sinister slowly walking toward trap protagonist cliche. But then rather than having some Deus Ex Machina save Mike, he frees himself and whatever's walking toward him loses interest. Star wipe. It's official. I've had more star wipes in this video than any other video on YouTube. Someone get Guinness Book of World Records on the line. Humans cannot outrun wolves. Killer locks a gate that anyone could easily climb over, so of course it completely blocks Matt and Emily from going back.
You will never fit through there, big guy.
He clearly could. We even saw Chris climb through a similar window earlier.
Here goes. I'm gonna huff, and I'm gonna...
Just do it!
Reenacting the most famous scene from The Shining is made a lot lamer when your bitchy girlfriend is on the wrong side of the door.
Great. No keys, no cable car.
Fucking called it.
Look, the cable car's all the way out there.
Well, I mean, that's not far, right? You can jump it?
Racism.
I don't know, ma'am. I mean, that could work, but I kind of think that maybe we should get back to the lodge for now. And everyone's been split up for so long.
Wait, so first you want to leave the lodge, now you want to go back? You don't know what the right thing to do is any more than I do, Matt. And I say that we should go to the fire tower and get on the radio and call for more help.
I see the game is still ignoring my choices and doing whatever the hell it wants. Sam finally took her bath. At this point, that's been such a big deal for her character that I think we should consider it the end of her character arc. Camera uses a close-up shot the one time we want a wide angle. This joke only works if your victim is female. One sock is all a guy needs to maintain his decency. I'm starting to think this guy is nothing but a pair of legs with very keen camera angle sense.
Oh my god.
She's quite beautiful, isn't she?
How did you get this footage? This is all stuff she did after you left the room. And in this shot, the camera would have to be right in front of her face. This towel never slips during this chase. Killer was clearly within grabbing distance of Sam while she opened the door, but when the camera cuts back, he's still several steps away. Who would have ever guessed leaving the flashlight on while trying to hide would be a terrible mistake?
The game seems to be going very well.
Well, it has a 79% Metacritic score, so it's doing better than anyone would have thought. Maximum Star Wipe. Emily hands over the flare gun barrel first with her finger on the trigger. This is labeled a fuse box but contains a breaker switch.
We need help, please!
Hello, is someone trying to contact us? This is the Park Ranger Service for Blackwood County. I'm not getting your signal very well.
Not getting your radio signal, Cliché. Still knows exactly where the camera is placed.
What? When? How long?
Dawn, at the earliest? Not until dawn.
Roll credits. There's nothing actually keeping whatever's trying to get in from opening this hatch. Emily lifted it up no problem earlier and they never locked it. Somehow the radio tower catches fire while falling off a cliff. Sure, the outlet's sparked, but that's hardwood flooring in the winter. Unless it's soaked in gas, it's not going to catch.
Emily!
I'm sure Jurassic Park The Lost World is just happy that someone ripped off a scene from it. You literally rolled into the hole in the window.
No! No! No!
Oh, shit!
Emily survives this.
Matt! You've got to do something right now! What are you waiting for?
Just jump to the ledge, it's a few feet behind you.
Stop yelling at me and let me work this out, okay?
No, you stop it! Why do you question every little thing I say? I'm goddamn sick of it!
Is this really the fucking time? Emily survives this too.
Wait a minute. Did you just see that?
No, and he will continue not to see it a few more times because he will always be conveniently facing the other way. And claim you're just seeing things. Tired as Cliché is tired.
Let's go.
Who would ever see a door open by itself and say that?
Wait! Chris, the ghost!
What?
Didn't you see it?
No.
See? Told you you'd keep up that Cliché. Probably just a cat.
But it's so accurate. I mean, that's exactly where I was sitting, and that's where Matt was.
This was set up by someone. Who was there?
Or someone, or something that was watching us.
Maybe it's a warning. I think someone put this here to mess with us.
It's a dollhouse diorama of the prank you guys pulled on Beth last year. Of course it's there to mess with you.
It's Hannah's diary.
All the important information in a diary will be found on the first page you turn to. Star Wipe.
All I wanted to do was forget last year ever happened, and...
Then why did you come to the same place where they died last year?
Chris, we made her look so stupid in front of all of her friends and the guy she liked. I can't imagine doing anything worse to somebody.
What about being tied up and sawed in half? That seemed like it affected you pretty badly. Jesus Christ, lady. Does the Windows boot up sound startle you when you turn on your laptop? More impossible camera footage. These are from last year during the prank on Beth. Matt was holding the camera during that and he was hidden in the closet. So there's no way footage of Emily and Ashley hiding under the bed could exist. Also, that footage was filmed on a digital camera, while this is on 8mm film. I've seen that same kind of jump scare from prank videos on YouTube.
All right, got it, but... Oh, damn, this thing is heavy.
Be careful.
You gotta come through, Ash. I can't hold it.
It's not a bank vault, dude. It's just a metal door. If it were really that heavy, you would have never been able to pull it out of the frame in the first place since there's no handle.
Chris! Chris, help! I'm stuck!
There is no way he didn't hear you screaming just now. Back up into something scary, Cliché.
Chris has made one fatal choice already today, and now he must make another. Chris, you can take that gun in front of you and shoot Ashley, or you can shoot yourself. Whoever is left can live.
I've seen all your movies. They suck. I mean, 6 kind of tied things together and 1 was okay, but the rest, what the hell were you thinking?
Cut to black on gunshots, so you'll think Chris shot himself.
Don't you see that this torture porn has gone too far?
This guy must have just finished watching Human Centipede or the Serbian film. Not only did the killer not bother to lock Sam inside, he left her backpack and flashlight inside too. Earlier, Chris had to hold that door open to keep it from closing on him. Here it swings open and stays that way like a normal door. So either Mike is way stronger than Chris, or it was just a flimsy excuse to separate characters. What a twist. It was the one guy that we hadn't gotten to control, was never around when weird stuff happened, and has the only motive for doing any of this. How could you possibly get your foot wrapped in a rope like that while falling straight down? Last time we saw Emily, she couldn't climb up a very climbable steel scaffolding. Now she can do 180-degree mid-air flips and monkey bars. Emily rips off the hem of her top to make a torch, yet no material from the hem of her top is missing afterward. Star Wipe. Emily's cell phone runs low and shuts off, depriving her of a light source. Yet everything around her is lit up enough to see perfectly. In a mine shaft. Underground. At night. Go figure. This guy didn't immediately see Emily walking around with a torch in front of him.
How does it feel? Do you enjoy feeling terrorized, humiliated, panicked? All those emotions that my sisters got to feel 1 year ago? Only guess what? They didn't get to laugh it off, no!
Sam and Chris weren't even involved with your sister's deaths, so why did you include them in your prank? Hell, your plans seemed to revolve exclusively around torturing Chris, while the two people most at fault, Mike and Jessica, were left completely alone.
I hope you appreciated my little phantasmagorical spectacle. No detail too small, no opportunity missed. It was such a delight to play the puppet master to all of your Pavlovian panic. And all that gore, it was gore galore, fake bodies. God, that shit was expensive. And no retakes. Nope, only double takes.
Okay, I can overlook lighting candles with a computer and remotely opening doors. There is no way in hell you made a fake ghost controlled by wires. That thing was capable of appearing and disappearing at will. How would you possibly explain this with just wires?
What? Come on, you guys are all gonna thank me when you guys become internet sensations. I don't think there's enough hard drives in China to count all the views we're gonna get, you guys.
I think you are vastly overrating how many views this will get. PewDiePie gets more views in 1 week than something like this will get in its entire life.
What are you talking about, you asshat? Jessica's fucking dead.
I know this because I saw her fall down an elevator shaft. I didn't bother to check, but just trust me, I know what I'm talking about. You couldn't have locked him up inside the lodge? Locked doors are the one resource it's not lacking in.
Goddamn murderer is what you are. I didn't do it. Michael, please, just listen to me, man. I did not hurt Jessica.
You know, if Mike stopped to think for even a second, he would realize that there's no way Josh could have attacked Jessica, since he was at the lodge the entire time. And the others could have pointed this out to Mike.
Shut your fucking mouth!
Seriously? What? Did you think I was gonna shoot him? I don't know.
That gun is full of blanks, and Chris already knows this, otherwise he would have shot himself in the head. So why would he assume Mike even could shoot Josh? Star wipe. Even more star wipe. Okay, I'm done with that joke now. Guess what happens when you lean up against a thin wooden door separating you from the monster chasing you? That. Wendigos that have been relentlessly chasing Emily through the mine stop after she falls and injures herself in order for her to catch her breath. Hey, where's your new boyfriend at? Dead? What a coincidence. So is my new girlfriend.
Hold on there. Hold on there, mister.
Mike should totally have shot him. He's heavily armed and kicked your door in. This guy is never named, by the way. He's the grizzled zombie survivor stereotype to a fault.
I'm here to tell you what you're up against being back on this mountain. You should never have returned. I don't know why you did after what happened last year.
You should have informed them of the danger when you saw them return, instead of just showing your legs to the camera. Also, how come Josh has never noticed anything weird going on at the mountain? He's been here for weeks setting up his revenge prank and presumably was never attacked by Wendigos.
There is a curse that dwells in these mountains.